all used to play against each other in these lands where it's like the chairs all set up right across from each other, and they would just like scream at one another and like the worst possible things you can imagine, and then they like apologize right after. Oh no, I'm cool, man. It was just a game. And then they were all BFFs.
See, that's one thing that I feel that we kind of miss from Call of Duty and all these other games, fighting games.
Oh yeah, man.
Fighting games
They just
particularly.
yell at each other.
It's the pop-offs though. The pop-offs where you show character, you show how intense you are into the game, and trying to disrespect your opponents at the same time. But
pop-offs are so hype. We kind of have pop-offs. Sometimes there's a pause happen because the headsets are flying.
Remaining.
But usually it's like at the end of a game, right? Not at the end of like First Blood or something like that. I really liked it when we watched in True Sight when they were fist bumping and stuff. Oh look, Mousesports. The Wisp wasn't banned.
Oh, it's game time. Let's go. They banned the Night Stalker instead for the first pick. So they're finally giving away first pick IO. So Disruptor and Sanking's gone. I don't think you nix.
10 seconds remaining.
Do you just Darkseer?
Darkseer again?
5 seconds remaining.
That would be my first guess. Immediately, I just see Disruptor Darkseer. But
if you want to open Tide, like I'm thinking Tide for Vici.
Oh, that would be second phase though.
Yeah, that's why I'm not so sure about the first phase Darkseer open. Like if you want to keep things later on, but I'm not sure. I defer to you.
Let's see if they've played against an IO recently. That would be interesting.
Spirit Darkseer, then I guess.
And they have not played against an IO in a long. I mean, China again does not really run the IO. The last time they played against an IO was 2 months ago, LGD, and they did win, but they didn't do anything. They didn't even pick like anti-IO heroes the Western scene considers. They had like a Monkey King, CM, Slardar, and TA, I guess, would be the most anti-IO heroes. But
so with Earth Spirit, Vici been picking a lot of Dazzle first phase. It looks like Earth Spirit Dazzle.
Oh yeah, we were talking about this at the very beginning of our series, and then just didn't happen today.
There's been so much AA that Dazzle's kind of gone out the window.
Oh, that's a good pick.
Team pick.
Very good against the IO. Nuke damage, gap closer, ability to cancel the relocate, stop the IO from being able to move around and tether people up. Really, Puck is
Mousesports need to ban the Drow too, I think, because you don't want them to 5-man up against your IO, and then you don't want to give this offlane Puck. I think if VG Gaming get Drow, they have an extremely good chance of winning this.
IO Nature's Prophet. Okay. Okay, here.
All right, ban A. Nah, I don't even think you ban A.
No, dude, IOAA is like the doggest.
Someone did it the other day, and it worked though. And I was
secret?
like, yeah, it was secret.
It must be secret are the only ones that can do shit like that, honestly.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
I bet.
I mean, I was surprised, but it worked.
What do they have with it? Do they have Ember?
I think it was.
Because I think Ember like is a core hero that fills that gap where you've got global mobility with the Ice Blast and the Relocate, but you've got Searing Chains to be able to lock people down as well.
It wasn't them, but someone definitely did it recently, and I was like, this seems really sketch, but then it worked.
10 seconds remaining.
Or was it? Wait, that wasn't the Na'Vi draft earlier I was flaming, was it?
5 seconds remaining.
I'm not sure.
I don't. I feel like Na'Vi wouldn't have gotten an IO. Anyway. It's a life, but just global and shit like that, of course.
Spirit Puck. So another draft which you've had recently was Earth Spirit Puck, Dazzle, Bat, TB.
I'm feeling like, yeah, TB or Drow, honestly. I think that's the game plan.
Radiant team
push and push and push. DP banned out.
Run them down.
Juggernaut has been ignored so far. Would have given one of these teams that kind of sustain the healing ward, but Nyx Assassin removed one of those great heroes that are hunting down the Nature's Prophet. There's the Juggernaut that comes out from Vici Gaming, and instantly the Bane from Mousesports to set up for relocate ganks. And cancel spin TPs.
Not gonna lie, man. He wanted the
look how quickly
we're just flying,
snapping through the draft.
So I wanted like Drow Queen of Pain essentially to like. Basically, I wanted 5th support instead of the Jug, and then Drow, and then
you wanted
mid hero.
You wanted VG to be EG.
Yeah, exactly. But instead, because I know Yang can play offlane Puck. I've definitely seen an offlane Yang Puck before.
5 seconds remaining.
That's not an issue. But But they go for the Jug Mag instead. So this is a
Reserve time.
more mid-game focus and more we're not just going to lose if we screw up our early game, which is good when it's an elimination
Radiant
best of 3.
team ban.
I can understand wanting some outs and not going all in.
Yo.
And they'll ban the AA.
Radiant
So when was the
team
last
pick.
time Mousesports actually got their hands on IO? Was it really 23 days ago?
Probably was.
An official? Looks like it. They had
What was it?
Ember Bloodseeker, or they had Clink's Beastmaster. They didn't have any real good,
10
tight
seconds
IO
remaining.
combo like the Tiny Bean. But I guess they got the Bristle back here.
5 seconds
You think this is-
remaining.
Necrophos? I know that's a liquid thing, but could that be good
Reserve
enough? I mean, the
time.
relocates would be weak because their burst is really poor right now,
Well,
which Tiny would have solved.
do you feel that the Bristle IO go mid?
I think they could.
And then you have Furion off lane, then Bane +1 safe
They
lane?
could just Razor, honestly. Like Razor Nightmare plus
Mhm.
the Bane and then put the IO more focus of the Bristleback. Fairly strong. Static Link and Nightmare is just hilarious.
Wait, what do they need? They need
Range tower hitter
range towers?
or super nerf or super burst damage.
Yeah, I feel like the Super Burst was... I mean, that's something that I aim for generally.
Templar Assassin.
Yeah, you
Okay.
get both, I guess.
Dire
A
team
Yeah, there you go.
best of
The
both
answer.
worlds. Physical burst damage from
Geniuses.
Meld, lane dominator through refraction and side blades, tower hitter from range, especially if you go for the Hurricane Pike build we're seeing a fair amount of recently. Vici Gaming.
10 seconds remaining.
Well, time to pick up your 5-roll hero as your last
5
pick.
seconds remaining.
Don't see this too often, do we?
No. Warlock is still in.
Pugna.
Dazzle is still in.
Reserve
Pugna.
time.
Pugna 5.
I'm telling you now.
I mean, I guess some teams run Earth Spirit 5, honestly.
Chinese
Pugna.
team, dude. Pugna is always there, ready to be picked. I mean, the Dazzle is something they've done a lot before. Got the Grave and the Heal. The Weave
actually?
bonus. The Weave bonus armor is like super good against EA Bristle.
Doctor's the hero.
Yeah.
Maledict, Cask is pretty good here against IO +1 plus Nature's Prophet. I mean, it got like a catch 22. Oh, that's really
Ooh.
good too. It's like way better than Witch Doctor.
But it doesn't do anything in lane. Doesn't feel.
That's true, but they even need help in the lane. It feels like steps. I mean, the mid lane they need help, but that's kind of Earth Spirit's job. I don't feel like How needs a lot of help. And then that mid game, once you have 6, is just so good in this situation. Thug is just going to annihilate his teammates, specifically the IO, if they get a chance.
Winter Worm is definitely Pugna. They've got so many ways to set up for their skills as well. Like Dream Coil, to, a curse or an RP. Then they've got the combo with the Earth Spirit to actually launch in that big AoE team fight. But I feel like Mousesports... I just feel Mousesports draft, Feel...
Feeling it.
yeah,
You're digging it.
like that combination of heroes.
I have to look at them all again. Think about the lanes.
Look at How with his SpongeBob freaking profile picture.
Oh, I know, right? So great. Like, How's back, just like comes back playing Pro Dota, and he's just like SpongeBob.
I am SpongeBob now. I'd not even noticed until...
It definitely felt like there was a lot more pressure on Mouz to execute better last game, and they did. And now when you're running an IO draft, it's like, I think any TA draft, there is kind of this little bit of execution, because if you do very well in the early game, you can just win the game. You get this blink up, you kill 3 heroes, you suddenly have a death, so you get Roche, and the game feels like it's over. So if they can kind of keep up that pace and pressure, feels pretty good for Mouz, and Juan has a lot of pressure on him this game.
Maybe
Nice
next time
curses.
might die. Orb of Venom, the body blocks are there. Thug tries to get in with a bit of damage back on to Amy with the tether there. Maybe next time's kept alive, and it's Mousesports for the first blood. Maybe next time's still alive, and they turn back onto How's Juggernaut.
Is How gonna spin back?
Might have to spin, but it's the right clicks that are doing all the damage. Spartan, he's going in. He wants it, and he'll get it. He gets the double kill on the IO.
How amazing is that when you start with action? Like, he bought items. He helped his team with shit, and now he's still gonna bottle super early. Like, he could get a bounty rune and get bottle right now. What a life. And your Bane has a null talisman. Oh, This is the dream, dude. Is he going off lane? Is it happening?
He's not taking Enfeeble level 1, unfortunately. Nice bouncy route still by Yang, at least. Down to the bottom spot, taking Skewer level 1. That's really unfortunate. Full sprays are stacking up, and Yang has to tango through the trees. Spartan try and body block, get the tether slow. The damage comes through, and it looks like Yang will fall as well.
Can I just get 3 kills on my IO?
Spartan's on a killing spree. Seconds into the game. Unfortunately for DB Saxon, he hasn't seen any of these.
Oh, poor guy. Some very angry Twitch chat viewers for Mr. Saxon, I'm sure.
So that's a level 2 IO. Pre 1 minute. Bottle is ready to go with another 150 gold to spend. Mousesports off to an amazing start already.
And Magnus, a hero that has definitely fallen off of it in the offlane. I think he was one of those guys that relied way more on the jungle, and as well as the shrine too, because he's one of those weaker offlaners that only came in because of shrines and then kind of stuck around because of how good Empower was and how he could just Iron Talon and farm. But yeah, you can stack now every minute, but that still doesn't really impact his farming a lot, and jungle camps are 20% less. So not a fun time to be Magnus if the lane is at all difficult.
Really want to see MT go for the Enfeeble at level 2, but look at the side blades for all their patches. Going into the puck, which is why so often we talk about the puck map being TA favored. Ori.
What does he even do
Is that
in
a
his
salve?
career?
Yeah, it has to be a salve.
Alright, next time's going. Nick's going top. Just keep going. Alright, I thought we'd do like a sneaky wrap around, but salve cured. We have an Earth Spirit in the middle lane too, and try and capitalize on this full HP. As well as look for a courier of his own.
They could maybe kill Thug now. Refraction's down. Try to roll in, but it's off the mark. Ori is dropping low to creep. Like one sideblade splash there. Could have found the kill. Maybe next time is lurking around looking for a go as well. But is that regen all done for Puck? It is. No phase shift leveled up either. This is Waning Rift and Illusory Orb. Treants up onto the high ground. Skylark, if you can body block this Puck, if you can get this kill, but there's an orb, and there's another orb. Yang dies in the meantime, as Amy rolls off to get an Arcane Rune, but it's bottom lane. Bardarat and Spartan getting another kill. Magnus fall.
Okay, yeah. These Yang kills are so good.
What is this? Quad lane, bot lane, Skylark still lurking around looking for damage in onto Amy. P's up, back up to top.
Radiant's top tower.
Vici do have How free farming at the very least, but these other lanes are going so poorly for them. Oh, look at TA 18-4 against 8-0 of Puck. It's
and he's still holding that skill point on maybe next time as he tries to stack this, but there is a very good observer word from the Dire. Maybe next time we'll spot that out. Need some flying courier. Please, someone save the shitty wizard. My god, can we just get a quick showcase mode on this guy? Look at him bouncing up and down so slow.
Who even bottle crows anymore?
Alright, top lane. Skylark, dying.
You're ruining my fun here. Skylark drops to the spin of How.
You achieve.
Come on.
2017 is still bottle crowing, jeez.
Yeah. Spartan has Boots Bottle. Level 3 IO about to hit. BP the next stop aggressively into this lane. Looking for a bit of damage onto the Juggernaut, but Amy will be coming in southeast. Ori dropping low mid to Thug. Bottle just yet either.
Level 5 to level 3. Look at that spill, dude!
Double null is here.
We're gonna miss the kill mid.
Like what's
We went double null.
Yeah, no bottle.
I mean, that's really good when you're winning the lane, and we see it all the time. But when you're losing the lane, it's super spooky.
Like, that's the weird thing, right? For certain heroes, double null is kind of a defensive build, and some it's like an aggressive build, such as Invoker. If you go double null on Invoker, it's because you're kind of losing. You need some stats so you don't die, and last hit power. For Puck, it's mainly for the Veil later on. Go double null so you can trade hits, you can harass, you can burn through enemy regen faster. But it doesn't work like that against the TA because she has Refraction and Sideblades. So the trade is always going to go her way.
Remember when you couldn't see the count? That was so annoying.
Oh, the Refractions, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that really turned that matchup against a lot of heroes. Like, it made it way easier to play Puck or Lina. Or he does go down.
Amy as well. 4 heroes suddenly out of nowhere. Tether.
This is like that Liquid game.
Oh,
they just, like,
the tough
ran mid.
Dire's middle
What?
tower
Who was it? It
is
was.
under
I know Kuroki was playing Tusk, and they just like trialing mid against the male, right?
Yeah. He had like the Storm Spirit, and I think they had like, was it the game where they sent like Io Sven mid or something? Doesn't
Yeah,
sound right.
that sounds. No,
way
that
too
does
good.
sound right. That Miracle was on the Sven.
Yeah, and they just like ran at him over and over and over, and you're just like, all right, this game's just done.
What-
All right, I have to look up when that game ended.
What
'cause
was
I
the
remember
male playing?
It was Storm, I'm pretty sure.
Storm? Yeah, I think you're right.
It was the very first game, right? Yeah, where they just like, we were like, yeah, we think they're gonna let the IO through, and then they did. And, yeah, destroyed them. 17 minutes and 14 seconds, 24-1. Oh, God, that was a painful game.
Oh boy. Madara gonna go for the full Vanguard. He was eyeing up the Soul Ring, which has become such a mainstay of Bristleback builds. Just allowing you to spam out multiple quills. The regen to bring that HP total back up. Magnus is having such a rough time. Brown Boots stick. Needs some kind of rune here, a haste or I don't know, an invis so you can try and make a play on mid maybe. Yeah, it's gonna be an illusion rune, not really what you're looking for.
Kind of cool how much maybe next time's done this game on the Bane, because no one really picks Bane. There's like a couple teams that'll go for it still these days, but largely we only ever see him with an IO. But he's done so much work already, and it has nothing to do with the fact there's an IO on this team. He made the mid lane impossible, and he didn't even have to skill Enfeeble because they won it so hard. Like, he was holding the point for a while thinking about it, and he's like, nah, we don't need this. Get my Nightmare in case I want to roam a little bit and hold some runes or something. It's a hero that just needs, like, he's already really good, especially when you start with his Null Talisman. And look, he hits for 75 right now. The only thing he lacks is that decent attack range. It's not like 400.
I'm worried about this Earth Spirit again, but like last time when Amy was, level 1 on the Riki or level 2 on the Riki, level 3 on the Riki, 10 minutes in, massively underfarmed and leveled, it was kind of okay because the rest of the team was doing alright.
Ori just warped mid.
Doomcoil will try and buy some time. There's a Northern Embrace, and it looks like Mouse will retreat. Amy goes forward aggressively, playing into the hands of Thug at the tether, and now slow from the trap. But chase can't continue, thanks to the rolling boulder away.
So huge. Ori lives and Zelda buys bottle.
And they have shrine, and they've got a shrine.
Okay. Things are turning around. I mean, Amy's still level 2, but that's life. Once Juggernaut starts clearing the stacks, maybe he'll just kind of leech Beam Power and get his Earth Spirit going. Help him out.
What was the point I was making? Oh yeah, Earth Spirit, like when he was Riki in the previous game, like level 3 at 10 minutes in, it was kind of okay because the rest of the team was doing fine and Riki, just has smoke screen to set up ganks and try and scales decently. On Earth Spirit, this hero has been nerfed into the ground in terms of early game power, which was where a lot of his strength came from. You snowball from the early game, you get good ganks, you pressure lanes,
Under a ward.
and then you get like an early level 6 to start spamming Magnetize and getting these big team fight and skirmish kills, but Earth Spirit is going to struggle massively this game. Unless they can do something around these Ancients, if they can steal
Yeah, he's
some
trying
of
to
these,
leech it.
leech some experience from these. The Dream Coil played into the back onto the IO, killing off Spartan. Skylark turn back onto Ori, but won't get real threat onto the puck to kill that off just now. They'll secure the Ancients, but they lose the puck. They lose that IO to the puck, which is a pretty big deal. It gives Ori a decent chunk of money.
Really important to have that vision. Ancients up against a Bristle and a TA. I mean, these are the two biggest heroes to accelerate with that right now. And, I mean, that's one of those things that every time I play with people that are even like common Dota players, since it got reworked so many times, you can steal experience from Ancients again. You guys, I know there's definitely people out there who don't know. I mean, that's cool. It's just one of those things that's back. So if you're playing the position 4 heroes or 5, you 100% want to be leeching that EXP if you can.
Who needs a heal when you nightmare your opponent so you can last it and deny? How goes to the spin TP, and there's obviously no level 6 just yet for MNT. Nothing to cancel it. But Chuan could easily get dive here if Mousesports really want to go for any aggressive plays. Madara Vanguard is up. Got himself a Blightstone to start hitting towers. And Spartan. Come on, my dude. Have you seen what Spartan has in his quick buy?
Oh, just like 8 more. I mean,
8 observers.
that's just the life. I know that feeling.
Dire's top tower is under
Yay, 4.4k net worth. Bristles 4k as well. Magnus is doing better than I expected. I guess he's been given a bit of free time now.
Radiant's bottom
Get
tower
some farm
is
on
under
bot lane.
attack.
Or maybe it's Skylark that's not doing
Dire's
well
top
as I
tower
thought
is under
it would
attack.
be. It's some kind of balance between those Well, I didn't expect Magnus to be ahead of the Furion.
Yeah, I would say that's what's surprising, but they've kind of rotated at the bottom. Yang's getting a lot of the farm. I mean, he's got 47 last. He's more than top because of all that pressure mid. It's great for him.
Radiant structures are fortified.
And Bristle going for the ancient stack stuff too.
XX underscore Ward King underscore XXX. That's spot.
That's a good one. Yeah. What a wonderful world we live in. No, I want hockey and I can just match this on the pitch. They just like listen to exactly what everything making out there. It's just funny to think of that we just have the power. And we never get that live match.
Yeah. So rare.
You know, here in a land, it's usually much more professional.
Focus.
That's what's up.
Time
for Ancient Battle Part 2.
Amy's dead. How? Let's clear up the IO on the back end to buy back, and well, the relocate in potentially coming through as Mardra kept alive from the tether. MNT back onto How. Full of damage in with an NESO stacking up. They do find it. Schwan edge to the final quick in from IO. Mardra is trapped on top of the cliff, but they'll still get the goo and the squills down onto the Magnus. 4 heroes dead for what? A buyback from the IO? Ah, it's perfectly fine because they're going to steal these ancients and continue killing them up for the gold that they give.
That's
huge right there. Taking care of the Empower, like backup fund. That's like the slush fund basically for a jug, and it's just gone.
Did I miss the fight recap? Am I really that dumb?
Yeah, I grabbed it. It was like K or something like that, or like 3K. It was a lot. It's fine.
Yeah, level 4 Earth Spirit, 12 minutes in.
I was trying to find out. I hate ever since 7 was user, we can't tell what stuff was bought. I was curious if the tome was bought yet. I think it was. Schwan's not buying it right now, or he would be. Can you imagine if he had 6 in that fight? Oh, like what a time to have 6.
Yeah,
but
imagine if either of their supports had. If you had Magnetize or Winter's, it would have been great for you.
Speaking of which, though, Amy has really caught up, honestly. Like 5 1/4 compared to where he just was. Oh look, the stupid Triceratops. Really nice stack of melee support.
What a surprise.
That's actually the worst thing about playing melee.
Mousesports today coming in to try and contest another ancient stack. Well, How is very low on HP. Good kickbacks from Amy.
And look at this ward place too, in preparation for the fight. Really smart play by Spartan.
Yeah, Spartan.
Even if they know it'll get awarded.
Kills off the healing ward as well. Skewer over.
That's Skewer, I don't know.
Interesting.
Please, no. Get away from me.
Yeah, relocate forward. Oh, that's a very aggressive play there. Playing into the hands of the puck, though, as the waiting with 3 before it clears up Spartan. How just returns back to farming neutrals.
Schwan's 8-6 now, too, so they can just shrine up and maybe even find something if they try to keep pressuring them.
But look at Thug. Desolator is done on the way in that courier coming towards him. Skylark has phase boot drums. They're clearing up a tier 2. Vici don't really have a leg to stand on. No real defensive tools they can use to come back and do anything about this, so they're just going to go and move to the other side of the map. Oh, Chuan, I think he's dead here, actually. No TP. Just curse, no TP.
He can fly up to the high ground and just sit. Maybe they won't think of him. No, they have TA traps anyway, that won't work.
That is like the only play that gets in the way. Like
dude, that courier, that was nice.
Like that exact movement with the courier coming in to deliver the TP. Like that place there is like the only place he flies to actually TP out. That was sick from Chuan, honestly.
But sadly, he just had the Winter's Curse of Bristle back, and they're like, oh, Winter's Curse is down. That, you know, that one ability that can screw us over right now because Magnus doesn't have Blink.
Yeah.
GG.
Now Madara is unkillable on the Bristle. They've got TA Aegis. The Desolator done. Closing in on the Blink Dagger, and this is why the Deso first on TA is so important. Get into the Blink so much quicker. Amy roll back and waste a stone to get up onto the high ground as Mousesports on this middle lane seem untouchable.
When does it fall apart, though? It all comes down to a Winter's Curse and an RP, so very similar to how VG have been winning their games, though. So it's like No Diggity or something, with these like bubble strats where they were just falling behind and behind and behind, and then they just hit this massive late game double whammy. Saw them win so many games like that in Dream League last year, or last season, whatever. I have to see if VG Gaming can pull it off once again. And when you think there were a couple fights like that last game, but then they had that one really bad fight, and it's just like they don't have the they didn't have like tower hitters to immediately capitalize, and that's a problem this game. It would have to be pretty late game that Doug could just like take a Rax or two by himself with them power.
I just love the way that Mousesports comes out of the woodwork. You know, there's 2 or 3 heroes hitting top tier 2, then all of a sudden Nature's Prophet DP's in, Bug meanders over after farming some nuke camps, and they're going to start threatening high ground here. Mardo just walks up here to the tier 3, onto the ramp, Yang trying to spam out with Shockwave. But yeah, you're right, there's no way to get the Magnus into the fight to actually RP. Like, you have to have a big Winter's Curse for Yang to walk in or skewer in. Then RP, then you combo with the Earth Spirit, but struggling to do damage still through this Juggernaut. How with the power to have a little bit of kick behind him. I think Ori with the Blink Puck is really going to be that linchpin, right? The Blink Dreamcoil with the Waning Rift that will then allow for things like the Winter's Curse and the RP to actually
Honestly,
land.
though, who dies if they get Winter's Curse?
IO. Like they have to curse.
Is that it?
They have to curse the IO next to the TA and Bristle. Like I don't think Scarlet dies. MNT has like 17 armor. So I don't think he dies either.
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at. Like, and then of course the Bristleback. There's no way. So then, if Bristleback can't die to Winter's Curse, how do they kill Bristleback? They need. I just don't. They have like, everything. Maybe you just can't even kill him. Like maybe he's just not a. You need to kill everyone else first. I think Madara's feeling that right now, considering his positioning. Like, look at his vision. All these heroes. Oh, these wards are so good. He's like, I can just be up here. You guys can't do anything about it right now.
So, what are your thoughts on the puck going double null and then not into Veil?
Puck, null. Needed Blink Dagger to fight them at towers.
I guess.
I think they know they need Wombo combo. Obviously, it's I don't know. It's not that much. It's not too bad. Like, what is the nulls are like 900 gold altogether, and Veil is 2200. So it's not even halfway. I think the blink's just too important this game, especially against an Ion. You just again eliminate him. Life is good. It's really nice spacing coming out here. They're like never giving it. This is the best close chance they've had. Or he just like hesitated to go for it, couldn't put like a wombo combo or anything. And now there's this awkward, okay, now you're pressured and blowed.
And now your tier 3 is dead, and you have no glyph. How takes a meld to the face.
Oh, the solo?
Relocate. Not coming through just yet. Mardo getting come down by the Omni Slash. Where is the IO? It's on the back end. The MNT being gripped up onto Hal, but the Cold Embrace keeps him alive through all of this. And Amy, good boulder smash back to the 2 of them. Bug trying to do his best in the back lines to clear up anyone he can, but he can't splash onto them. Focuses now onto the ranged barracks, but no buddy. Refraction blinked, but he's got no TP. Now to try and blink away from any kind of danger. Yang goes back in with a shockwave. I've got the high ground advantage though. MNT can turn with a nightmare. Smash won't connect, and I think Bug is okay just to walk away. Maybe next time.
He got every one of those Omni Slashes off onto the Bristleback.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought there was. Or to die right away, rather.
I thought MNT was screwed, but they're still waiting around. Both links back. Look at Aegis.
He's still living.
2. Amy nearly dead.
Maybe next time he's still alive.
Barkley's killed off Amy in the background, but yeah, MNT finally dies. But this is going to be so painful for VG if they get caught. Taking Ori TPs away, and so does Hal. Okay.
So they found the answer though. Bristleback was completely on his own because they were doing the spacing to avoid the AoE. So they solo RP him and they solo Omni Slash him, and they do bring him down. So there was that. I mean,
what happened with the relocate though? That's something that I didn't see. Did it get cancelled on the back?
Yeah, I think he was gonna save someone else, or he was gonna save the Bristol, but it was too late, so he just grabbed someone else. It wasn't the Bristol. Yeah.
So I was just like expecting it to come. When's it coming? Never happened. And Mardo just got sliced, but they go straight back up. Onto
My
high
game
ground.
lagged like right when he got RP'd, so he just. And that's something you can do now with Jug, right? Because you can kind of orient yourself on the body much more than you used to be able to. Because something changed with the Omni Slash, so you can, if he's stuck in a single spot like that, you can keep move clicking to the side of the face.
Oh, because
Bristol, I believe.
You're always put in front of the target. Right?
Yeah, yeah, that changed because it used to be different. So it's actually pretty good buff.
Because you could always control your Omni Slash. This was like something not many people knew. that
Yeah.
you could like.
It was for like blinking and shit.
Yeah. So with the addition of the auto right click, you know, if you hold the right click, it spams right clicking, right? With that, you can actually move Juggernaut a lot more efficiently to follow a target, and then get fogged less often, less frequently. And it was really good to think like that. Fog on target, and you could almost force it to, like, let's say there's a Witch Doctor and a creep next to each other. You could almost force the Omnislash to stay on the Witch Doctor just by spamming right click near the Witch Doctor. I think you can still do it now, not 100%. They definitely changed the fact that now you're placed in front of the target with Omnislashes.
The bounty which my matriarch will
So an
grant.
E/slash Juggernaut is going to be off the target from the ground. Doing it. Huh. Oh, Jug, what a hero. Well, anyway, where are we now? 14-7. We've stalled out a little bit, which is good for VG because they're trying to get this like empowered shenanigans. How's out again, another game where, well, this time they at least have one thing to cancel, but not quite there in time. Maybe next time it's like, I'm almost there, guys. No one else stuns. God, burden on me this game. Only stun hero. Someone buy me a 4-staff or something. Relocate me for some stuns, guys.
The burden.
A prize.
So
How
we
did-
reach the next Roche.
I didn't even realize. How did it literally only have Bane?
Tough game. What do you think of the
Waiting.
chances?
Chances
VG.
of VG winning this? Like you said earlier on,
Dyer's courier has been
this
killed.
kind of lineup. With this kind of lineup, defending high ground is, I'm not going to say simple, but it's a lot easier to execute than other lineups. The fact you've got multiple initiation tools, multiple combos, and now you've got things like Blink on Magnus. You get a Blink or a 4-staff on the Winter Wyvern, that really can start to kick into gear. A couple of one-team fights in your high ground could swing things immensely into your favor.
Ooh, this is nice though. Hurricane Pike for TA.
Is under
Good
attack.
item choice. Doesn't go for the BKB though. I mean, you are against person ERP, so maybe there's some good reasons for that.
Radiant's top
The
tower.
seeds
There
of
was a
Same with Aya Lotus this game.
There was a reason that my brain is just like mega lagging now, but I said Hurricane Pike for TA like as the draft ended, and there was a reason I gave for it, but I can't remember what that reason was anymore.
Probably for RPs and
Radiant's
stuff.
top tower
Wasn't
is
just
under
Forcing
that.
people
attack.
away.
Radiant structures
Something
are
else.
fortified.
Things I ready. Did they have a Vision Giver? That's a classic reason, but I don't see winning this game, right? I mean, Treants kind of work like that. Like, because if you have Slardar or something, Hurricane Pike is so good because you just use the active on your enemy and you can always see them, so you get those crazy fast attacks no matter how far away they are. I remember when Hurricane Pike first came out and playing Enchantress with Hurricane Pike was like the funnest thing with Slardar on your team. It was great. Dude, what if you had an IO and an Enchantress? Okay, now stay with me. Now, if you amplify damage someone and use the Hurricane Pike thing and then get relocated away, then you just throw all 4 of them with the max damage possible. So worth all those cooldowns.
Oh man, Roshan. See ya.
All countered by buying smokes. You just pop a smoke.
50 gold lights.
Don't die.
Hey, but smokes are so important now, right?
I know Impetus is mad. Just saying, you relocate to it. I mean, a Hurricane Pike's not going to get you to it. It didn't used to have a max range. Much like Concoction. Remember those clips where it got, like, taken it back to the fountain?
Yep.
Like, Concoction would, like, one-shot people? Ah, that was great.
MNT is doing his funny little thing again. This time he's not a Treant. This time he's a Bane. Waiting.
This guy's a high ground gamer.
Oh. Amy was walking towards
Yeah, I
him.
mean, that's clear.
Big lemon cave there. Okay, but I'll go in onto the barracks. Marder is up towards the north, Pug down towards the south. Pug tries to chip away at the little Bane there. Winter's Curse is going to do a good amount of damage in on the dialogue. The Nightmare tries to keep him alive as well as the Tether. Healing him up, but Marder just chunks away at these racks. Melee, fallen, range shortly after. And VG don't really seem to have a plan to deal with this. The Beam Grip onto the puck. Can they dish the damage in? There's the RP. Catches them with the Bolt Smash as well. And the roll forward. Magnetize dishing out the damage onto this Marder. Bristles back with the Glimmer Cake. Bristle at a safe distance away as Mousesports, it looked like they retreated a couple of heroes down towards bottom lane. Madro and Spartan up on top still. All the smash not connecting, and the tanky Bristle will be able to walk this one off. Maybe a blink skewer available here for Yang, but Ori doesn't go forward with a jaunt onto the blue orb, so they won't actually commit for it. But tier 3 bot fell. Was that Howard just doing work onto the tier 3?
Yeah. It was, actually, I'm not sure. Watching the top thing as well. Yeah, I guess it was.
Dire's bottom tower.
Especially there's no Omni-Slash used, but that was overall decent for VG Gaming. Obviously still a win for Mousesports, I think, in the end, because you're securing yourself a Rax, you still have the Aegis, but they definitely timed it right. I think you have to take that fight because there's so much time left on the Aegis that they're 100% going to get back, so you have to try and make a play on the Aegis there. Like, this isn't one of those situations where you let the one Rax go because the second defense is going to be any easier. Sounds on the Jug with Shadow Blade. He's going to have to be the Silver Edge Fire this game. They need someone to do.
I think that's game over.
Yeah, it's GG, Mr. Garrett, sir.
I believe that's game over. I just walk up high ground now. Killed off the Juggernaut. Yang chased down. Got his RP in 35 seconds, but not fast enough. They'll lose this tier 3 and they'll likely lose their Baron.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I think it's mega questionable to, like, in game 3, leave the eye.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? Like, of all the things, there's a reason there's literally the entire page of Mouse has it banned. Literally the entire page.
But yeah,
If you look, their last 25 games, it's banned the first game.
The past, like literally the past month, there's been IO bans against Mousesports. First ban, not even just first base, in first hero. Juggernaut in a couple of seconds, and they will have the RP close. Pocket under control, play aggressively, trying to kill a spot, knock the dash, step forward. RP, they can't really dash in, even an Omnis Buster will relocate, a bit of lag comes out. Mousesports do lose Bane, retreating, puck jumping forward, but Madara, a tanky bristleback still jumping. Juggernaut and struggling to keep up with beastly pagans. Again, the tether forward and keep onto the Magnus. All that is pure. Game 3. How? You're in Viz, but you're not into the poll.
Elimination mode, but hold out. Worse than your pixels, like.
God.
I don't know.
Falling.
This is like where you try and look like a genius because you give them the IO, you know they're gonna take the IO, and you try and have a good game plan against it, which they did, but they didn't get that like early blink that they needed to win those big fights in the mid game and secure road for themselves or something. Couldn't find that big winner's curse that would have won the game.
You are playing against Mousesports. Do not ban IO because you can beat it. Vici, this will be a lesson learned. Thug Aegis available, nearly kills Hal before he dies. Good game of goals.
Spartan's just hitting buildings. Like his IO is just hitting Morse. Like, where's my speed? What's my TA doing?
Did you see that from Madara? Accidental good game. Oh well, Winter's Curse is good onto the IO. Madara kills off his buddy. Hal tries to get in on the Bristol, but the Halberd. This arm is there from the Juggernaut.
This would be the ultimate win now after that GG.
Yeah.
The unintentional aggressive GG.
And into the turnaround, into the comeback from the 20k net worth lead, whatever it is. But Hal almost immediately dies from the TA. Kept alive with the cold embrace. Madara dropping low. And the spin is there, but Bug is killing off heroes left and right. The Falcons rip off the Juggernaut. One by one, game will die before finally capping out. Mouse will progress.
I mean, after game 1, things did not look good.
No?
And then game 2 draft, things were spooky. I was not feeling it, but they pulled through. Impressive game, 100%. I was pleased to watch that one.
So Mousesports again